How's it going, everybody? So I know it's been a little while since I've posted a video, but trust me, I've been working my ass off the entire time. I just didn't quite feel like it was in the spot where it was presentable, and I still don't quite feel that way, unfortunately. So you probably have to use your imagination a little bit to follow along. But let's just hop into this and see how it goes. So this will be near the beginning of the game. This is right when John enters the underground facility for the first time. And so in order to pass, he's going to have to show the security guard a pass. Security guard will let him through. And as you can see, we're on the tram system. We'll get a quick glimpse into the security office. But on the tram, you will be accompanied by Frank, who is one of John's old friends, and he'll be talking to him. And there's a whole, backstory I have written for this, why they're here, and it just kind of goes over why John went radio silent on him for so long, and that was because he was in the war and he suffered, post-traumatic stress. All sorts of stuff. Anyways, once they get to this junction point, it's going to cut to the outside of the facility and show the scene of Seth blowing up the bomb on the train. And so because of that, it initiates the lockdown protocol and sends them back to where they began. You see we have some flashing red lights now. And so right around this time, Frank and John will be, confused, like, what the heck's going on? Frank's going to be like, I've never experienced this before. And so you'll see these two security guards pull out of the security room and then just, dip out and basically seal John and Frank behind so they can't get out of the facility. And then once they reach the end here, you're gonna hear an automated voice come on over an intercom saying redirecting to the office facility. And so this door is gonna open to the left and bring them in here. And then once you get in here, it's gonna be absolute chaos. There's gonna be tons of people running around, people tripping, running into things. You'll see them getting killed by a bunch of creatures. And so at this point, Frank is he's going to spot a gun on the ground over here from a dead security officer and tell John, look, there's a gun, go get it. And so the control will switch to the player and they'll have to try to run and reach the gun in time before this creature that's right here can get to you. But the player is not going to be fast enough and they're going to get pinned to the ground by the creature. And so there's going to be a quick time event. The player has to tap the button really fast to try to prevent it from biting John's head off. And then, right before he's about to, bite down over John's head, Frank's going to hit the creature over the head with one of these computer monitors over here that he yanked out. And that will give John, just enough time to reach over and grab the gun on the ground, aim up, and then shoot the creature 3 times to kill it. So you'll see the creature collapse on the floor to the side, and then Frank's going to help John up, and then they'll start taking off running. So you're going to run through this facility, following Frank, and his path will be randomized. So if you go down this path, you're going to see people that are waiting for the elevator get slaughtered because the lockdown won't let the elevators work. But then you'll just be trying to run to the facility, try not to get eaten, and eventually you're going to get funneled down into this room here. You'll hear someone say hey, in here, kind of trying to save people. So you'll shut the door behind you. There'll be a bunch of scared people in the room, trying to figure out what the heck's going on. And then suddenly the creature's going to burst through and start killing people. And then you'll have to escape through this door to the right. And then eventually here you're going to make it to the first security room. So here is where you'll get some ammunition and try to formulate a plan with John to escape. You're going to see some CCTVs on the wall around here, and you'll notice a ventilation shaft that you can take and that will be the route of escape. So you'll have to work your way all the way back to the beginning with Frank. And all these concrete walls, they won't be walls, they will be a bunch of rooms that you can kind of sneak through to try to make it back here. Here we go, we have a vent system. And I just finished the vent crawling mechanic, so it's pretty cool. And then you're also able to like stop, and you can reverse if you see something like at the end, you know, like an enemy and you don't want to quite crawl out yet. So once you've made it out of the vent system, this will lead you to the AC room. And then in here there will be a bunch of machinery going. You'll see this fan here that, you know, is drawing in air from inside the facility. And then here we have a small little office, and you'll be able to gather some supplies here. This door is going to be locked, and that will lead to the second floor of the offices, but you'll be able to access it eventually later on in the game. And then you're going to make your way back out into the main chamber. Work your way across the suspension bridge. But then Frank's going to stop you and say like, hey, there's the tracks. Maybe we can, if we get to the other side where the security office is, we can, you know, take down the lockdown protocol and then escape through the tram. But then this space is going to be like enormous. You'll be able to see way off in the distance and all the different like locations you can go to. I really wanted it to be like a hybrid between Resident Evil and like Dark Souls, and I know in Dark Souls games there's, you know, a really cool thing where you can see off in the distance where you're trying to get to, and then you'll be able to see where, you know, you've been once you get further along, and I want to try to emulate that. And right now it's just a big black void, so I've got a lot of work to do to fill that. But then we'll just take this down, and then this will lead you into the next level. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I know it was pretty disjointed, but I hope that at least gives you guys, you know, an idea of what I'm going for here. And I guess I will update you guys later once I've gotten a little further along. Alright, take care, y'all.